can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good finally Friday to you, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn Wilson, it is the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Football playoffs start tonight. And I just passed this on from the OSSAA. All veterans will be admitted free to the first round of the OSSAA football playoffs. So if you're a veteran, be sure and have your card with you, and they'll let you in free at any of the high school football playoff games this week number one. That was very nice. Van Shea Ivan gave me that information, so wanted to pass that along to everyone. Big Elks, they'll travel down to Ardmore to take on the Tigers. See that on BigElkTV.com if you're not going to, drive down there to Ardmore and check the game out. BigElkTV.com. That'll go on about 6:20 this evening. Between 6:20 and 6:30, I'll start the pregame. 7 o'clock is the scheduled kickoff tonight on BigElkTV.com. We've got some basketball games. We'll talk about those here in just a little bit. Here's what's on the menu on this 14th day of November. Soft chicken tacos, Spanish rice, refried beans, and dessert. So, soft chicken tacos, Spanish rice, refried beans, and dessert. Dining room hours are open from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Everyone is welcome. Elk City Meals on Wheels, 1510 West 9th Street, 225-5821. I was told yesterday that the Meals on Wheels is in dire straits financially. So if you can throw them some money, this is a wonderful program that fills a very, very big need in our community. I hate to see this thing go down the tube. So if you can help out, Elk City Meals on Wheels, you can call them at 225-5821, or you can drop by 1510 West 9th Street to help with that issue. So, again, let's get behind Elk City Meals on Wheels and support it. Today, soft taco chicken rice. Soft chicken taco, Spanish rice, refried beans, and dessert. Elk City Meals on Wheels. Carnegie Caravan bringing library right to you. Still free books from the Friends of the Carnegie Library delivered right to you here in Elk City. Have trouble reading regular print? Ask them about their program. It's free. That can help with that. Call them at 225-0136, 225-0136. It's the Friends of the Carnegie Library. And nominate a hero. This is what we're doing this Christmas. We're recognizing or allowing our listeners to recognize those in the community that, provide a helping hand and not for profit. I'm talking about volunteers. I'm talking about people that just have good hearts, good souls, and they work for others. Most of them do it without any kind of, compensation or, credit. It's time to tell their story. Go to KECOFM.com. Tell their story. Nominate them. Every one of our Christmas sponsors are going to give a $250 value gift, and that is going to be awarded to each one of those. Each one of those will get a $250 gift that we choose. So tell us their story. Go to KECOFM.com. Selfless Western Oklahoma, nominate them. It's Santa's Christmas Hero. $250 prize from the KECO sponsors. Enter at KECOFM.com. It's up on the website right now. It's a very simple form. Doesn't take very long to fill it out. And today is Donut Friday, thanks to Amy Donuts right there on North Van Buren, 301 North Van Buren in Elk City. Went through the drive-thru this morning, picked up our donuts, our kolaches. Boy, they are so good. They're open Monday through Sunday, 4:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saw the sign today. They are going to be open Thanksgiving Day. So if you're wanting donuts on Thanksgiving Day, Amy Donuts will have 301 North Van Buren, 4:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Try some of their smoothies, their kolaches, any of their donuts. If you have specialty orders, you want to order a day ahead, 580-303-7203. Amy Donuts, the official donut sponsor of Paragon Communications Fridays. Okay, get over here and give you some energy stock prices as they're correcting just a little bit. West Texas Intermediate up $1.08 to $59.77, crawling closer to $60 on a December contract. New York Mercantile Exchange. Brent crude oil and the ICE Futures Exchange out of London has the global benchmark up 91 cents, trading at $63.92 a barrel. That's a January contract out of London. Tocom crude oil out of Tokyo, down 310 yen per kiloliter. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 19 cents, but still trading at $4.46 per million BTU. Our Bob gasoline up $1.82 to $197.79. Heating oil in the New York Mercantile Exchange up $6.63 to $253.10. And gas oil up $20.25 to $739.25 per metric ton. I understand that Hutchins pushed out a lot of gas yesterday between 4 and 7. I know I was in line for mine and my wife's car, and I saw a lot of good folks doing the same thing. Saw E.J. Gredham there, one of our sponsors. It's good stuff. Okay. Well, you probably read about it and heard about it, but there was an ammonia spill yesterday, or leak, if you will, in Weatherford, and it forced mass evacuations there. Hundreds flee after tanker leak at Holiday Inn Express. Hundreds of residents and guests were forced to flee their homes and hotels in Weatherford Wednesday evening after a tanker truck carrying toxic anhydrous ammonia began leaking in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn Express there in Weatherford. The leak from an 8,500-gallon tanker created a dangerous plume of ammonia gas that spread through the area, prompting a citywide hazmat response and mass evacuation. Weatherford Police Chief Angelo Orifis said emergency crews responded quickly and were able to stop the leak before dawn. But dozens were hospitalized, several in critical condition. Authorities confirmed that dozens were rushed to hospitals for treatment following the 10 p.m. incident. At least 36 people were transported, 11 were moved to a regional facility, and 4 were flown to Oklahoma City hospitals in critical condition. One televised report placed the number of critically injured at 11, though officials have not yet confirmed the discrepancy in those numbers. But still, the totals were unclear. Emergency manager Mike Carlin estimated that 500 to 600 people were displaced from nearby homes and the hotel, many relocated to temporary shelters. Chief Orfis ordered a slightly lower estimate of 300 to 500 evacuees, while one television report claimed as many as 1,000 people were forced to evacuate. At Southwest Oklahoma State University and public schools were closed there. University students were told to shelter in place. Southwestern Oklahoma State University canceled classes after some evacuees were housed on campus. The university also issued a shelter-in-place order due to ammonia fumes drifting toward campus housing. First responders on the scene have recommended that all students at Southwest Oklahoma State University on campus, shelter in place, said the news flash. Weatherford Public Schools were also closed yesterday as a precaution while emergency crews continued cleanup and air quality monitoring around the hotel and surrounding neighborhoods. Anyway, it was a bad deal. And that ammonia is not anything to mess around with for sure. So there's no they have not come up and said why that the truck was leaking. It wasn't extremely hot. It wasn't extremely cold. I would probably figure a mechanical error was the culprit in this deal, but and human error, that's also in there as well. But yeah, Weatherford took a pretty good hit on that deal. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll be back with more of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right here on 96.5 KECO in a moment.
The Exploring Energy Show.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. Oilfield or agriculture, you needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing. And if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
The way a doctor knows the human body, that's how you know trucks. You hear a rattle, a rumble, a vibration, and you know exactly what's wrong. You're a diagnostic genius, the go-to for getting trucks running and keeping them tough and DOT compliant. You're a Mac Pro, a tech tool titan. With a wrench in your hand, there's nothing you can't fix. Canyon Oilfield Services is looking for you. Our Hinton, Oklahoma yard has 10 trucks ready for your expertise and a fleet of over 70 trucks waiting for your oversight. It's a big job for a big talent. Not every mechanic has what it takes, but you're different. You're a mechanical boss, and they call you Haas, and we need your expertise. You tell us what it'll take to get you on board and added to the team. We're ready to deal. Call 580-729-3297 to set up your interview. 580-729-3297. At Canyon Oilfield Services, the key word is service.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
Hey folks, this is EJ Grediman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Level up your fitness at Modern Fitness. With 24-hour access, you can work out anytime you want. Modern Fitness in Elk City. Get in shape and have fun doing it at a really nice gym.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB, Oklahoma Energy Resources Board, continuing to educate and offer, well, all cases, free education. They got one coming up November 18th, next Tuesday. Get yourself registered before end of business Monday, November the 17th, and it's a maximizing tax savings for oil and gas business owners. That's what this workshop's about. It's a Zoom meeting, so you don't have to go to Oklahoma City. You can just get on a computer. You have to get yourself registered to get the link to be a part of this. They'll dive into key provisions such as the first year 100% bonus depreciation and other. So equip yourself with practical insights to help you make the most of these impactful tax opportunities. So maximizing tax savings for oil and gas business owners coming up November the 18th. December the 4th, it's Natural Gas Midstream and Marketing 101. Maybe you want to find out more about the marketing of the oil and gas, about transportation, storage, sale of oil and gas products. It's going to be a good one. Also, it's in person or Zoom. That's December 4th at 11 a.m. Go to www.soer.oerb.com, soer.oerb.com. Click on the producer education, and you'll get a drop-down screen, and it'll say workshops. Click on that, and then after you get there, just click on the blue button, whichever one of those classes you want to attend. DCP Services, again, thank you to Jeff and, Terry Davis. They've got their pump repair shop in Cordell, rebuilding those pumps to like new. They've got a roustabout division, and lease operators division, a wireline division, and has braided or slick line capabilities. DCP Services is a diversified oilfield company offering the right services with the right people on the job. You can get a hold of Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501, 660-0501. You can look them up on Facebook, DCP Services. If you keep your stuff making money, your equipment and your machinery has to keep running. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building. Whether you pre-plan or you react right when it happens, they're there ready to help. Right next to Fred's Steakhouse in the Camrock building, you can call them at 303-1123. It's American Hose and Supply. Go to those who know hose. That number again, 303-1123. Okay. Well, Blackstone Energy Transition Partners announces a $1.2 billion investment to build a first-ever natural gas power generation facility in West Virginia. Out of the New York Business Wire, Blackstone, through funds affiliated with Blackstone Energy Transition Partners, collectively Blackstone Energy Transition Partners, today announced a $1.2 billion investment to build Wolf Summit Energies, a fully contracted 600-megawatt greenfield combined cycle gas turbine power generation facility in Harrison County, West Virginia. Last week's final investment decision, the FID provides the financing for the project, allowing it to commence construction. But Wolf Summit will be the first ever combined cycle natural gas power plant built in West Virginia and designed to help deliver efficient and reliable power to meet the growing local energy needs, including from data centers supporting AI innovation of Old Dominion Electric Cooperative, which serves approximately 1.5 million residents across Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. The project is expected to create 500 construction jobs as well as spur additional local economic development. Bayal Khan, a senior managing director, and Mark Zhu, a managing director at Blackstone, said helping meet the rising demand for electricity from AI and other areas is among our highest conviction investment themes at Blackstone. We're proud that this project is expected to not only carry hundreds of local jobs in West Virginia, but also generate more affordable, efficient, and reliable power supply. So West Virginia's status as a global energy player is only beginning to be realized. Blackstone's $1.2 billion investment not only signifies its commitment to West Virginia, it highlights their emergence as a leading state in the country or energy growth and investment, as according to Governor Morrissey. So it's good to see this natural gas thing. You know, it's we talk about it every day because it's the real deal. Came across a story about Chevron. They see oil prices under more pressure than LNG this coming year. Increased oil supply from OPEC and its allies will continue to put pressure on crude prices next year, but while liquefied natural gas prices will likely fall later in the decade, according to Chevron Corp. Chief Executive Officer Mike Wirth. Oil prices in 2026 are likely to feel more pressure than LNG prices, with Wirth said in an interview with Bloomberg TV. There's a lot of oil supply that's coming back from the OPEC plus countries that have been holding supply back. Back in August, Chevron correctly called the drop in oil prices in the second half of this year, and today unveiled a 5-year plan to focus on profitability over production growth through 2030. The plan proposes to grow free cash flow at 14% compound annual rate through the period with crude at $70 a barrel. We've built a portfolio that will withstand the cycles of this business, Wirth said. Chevron expects strong linear demand increases for liquefied natural gas globally, but sees lower prices at the end of the 2020s due to a surge in supply, particularly from the Gulf Coast and Middle East. There's a period of time when it would appear we're going to see more supply coming into the market than demand will be able to absorb, Wirth said. That probably results in lower spot prices. So, again, this is an educated guess, if you will. Nobody has the crystal ball to know. I mean, there's so many different geopolitical pressures put on the energy industry, the oil and gas industry in particular, because with wars and with sanctions and tariffs and all these kind of things, there's just so many different pressures that make a difference whenever you're looking at what the forecast, the outlook is going to be. So, according to the EIA, the Energy Information Administration, it was accurate in its November short-term energy outlook, the STEO, with forecasts of trends across the energy sector through 2026. It doesn't look great for the oil and gas industry as far as pricing, according to this report. It predicts that 2026 will bring crude oil prices down to an average of $55 a barrel for West Texas Intermediate. So it's just to give you an idea. In 2024, Brent crude oil spot price was at 81 bucks. 2025, it was at 69. Now in 2026, they're calling for $55. So the retail gasoline price in 2024 was $3.30 average. 2025, $3.10, and now in 2026, $3 or a little under. So again, it's giving you this deal where natural gas, okay? In 2024, it was trading per million British thermal units about $2.20. 2025, it was around $3.50 over the course of that year. This year, or next year, they're looking at it to be $4. That's the EIA's forecast for this for oil and gas prices. Of course, like I said, this is a guess, so it's nobody knows 100% sure. But the EIA slightly revised its forecast for the U.S. oil production upward in 2025 and 26, reflecting higher than expected U.S. crude oil production in the Petroleum Supply Monthly with data for August. EIA expects domestic oil production to average about 13.6 million barrels per day in 2025 and 2026, up from its previous forecast of 13.5 million. We talked about this, about a 500,000 barrels a day increase. But natural gas prices, the Henry Hub natural gas spot price in EIA's forecast raises to an average of $3.90 per million British thermal units. Today it was over $4. You know that now the LNG exports, the EIA expects the United States will export 14.9 billion cubic feet per day of liquefied natural gas this year, which is 25% more than last year. LNG exports will then rise by an additional 10% in 2026. The Energy Information Administration's forecast, the EIA, for 2025 LNG exports. Well, the Plaquemines LNG in Louisiana has ramped up its exports more quickly than expected, causing the EIA to raise its forecast of LNG exports in the fourth quarter of 2025 by 3%. Of course, the reason this LNG export facility was ahead of schedule is because when the Trump administration came in, they took a lot of those roadblocks down. You know, if you remember Brandon, not he, but whoever was pulling the strings, basically said, okay, hey, no more new LNG export facilities, no permits will be issued. What an idiot. But nonetheless, I point to Brandon because he was the buck stops here guy, but I can tell you straight up, this fella wasn't making any of the decisions while he was in there. And I promise you, he was just basically a puppet. So sad, man. Basically supposed to be the leader of the free world and that. So nonetheless, hopefully as we continue to peel back all the layers of corruption in Washington, D.C., we can get back to where it once was, where we had real business people going up there to conduct the business of running our nation for our citizens and then going back to their day job after they get done, instead of just a career, I'm going to get rich because I'm a congressman or a senator. It's just sickening. Nonetheless, bottom of the hour. We'll take another break. Be back with the last half of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps. And they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
The price savings it's huge for them.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next event? Look no further than the Frisco Center, located in the heart of western Oklahoma. Whether it's a stunning wedding, a joyful reception, a memorable birthday party, or a professional seminar, we've got you covered. With spacious rooms and exceptional service, Frisco Center is designed to make your special occasion unforgettable. Located at 101 South 4th Street in Clinton, Oklahoma. Call us today at 580-323-7874 to book your date. The Frisco Center, where every event is a reason to celebrate.
Find the all-new Ariat FR jeans, pullover shirts, and button-ups at Circle A Western and Outdoor in Elk City, your FRC headquarters.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Okay. Again, we appreciate you being a part of the show today. Fred's Steakhouse, we appreciate them being a part of our sponsors. They're your destination for fresh USDA graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. 7 kinds of chicken. Fred's offers the grilled, barbecue, teriyaki, mushroom, baja, of course, fried chicken. Freshly made side options available. Fresh salads, soup of the day, freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. Home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak. Served daily, hand-battered country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. And they have appetizers, sure to please everyone. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Fred's also has a full-service bar. Favorite cocktails, specialty drinks, wines, and ice-cold beer. And they can host your private event. Located 2107 South Main Street. Call them if you're interested in hosting a private event there. 243-2100. 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. And ASCO Equipment, 27 locations. Been doing it since 1960. Operating under the core values of honoring God, developing people, pursuing excellence, growing profitability. And they do it by staying steady with helping in your project, not just trying to rape everybody that walks through the door. Trying to squeeze every dollar they can get out of you. That's not what this outfit's about. This outfit's about taking care of you, so you tell your neighbor and they can take care of them, or you come back and let them take care of you again. That's how good business people work. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, ASCO is your place. A leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors. Tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, the big stuff, forklifts, compactors, skid steers, pavers. Flexible rental rates, too. They represent the big names like Case Construction, Case IH, Caterpillar Lift Truck Line, Crown, Bobcat, Genie, Hitachi, just to name a few. Here's the phone number, 323-3422. Did I mention they'll come and work on your equipment no matter when you bought it, where you bought it, what brand it is? $21 million worth of parts in stock allows them to get you up and going quickly. 323-3422 or online ascoeq.com, ASCOEQ.com. Equipment sales, ask for Bart Shields. Equipment rental, ask for E.J. Gretaman or Jeremy Bridgman, the manager, branch manager. He can get you hooked up. ASCO Equipment, ASCOEQ.com, 513 West 20th Street in Elk City. And my good dear friend, David Allen Guest. Managing royalty and minerals is complicated. It's always changing. He's been doing it for himself and others for nearly 40 years. Closer to 50 now. Sorry, David. He's got that experience that you just can't put a price on. He's not an expense. He's an investment. And he'll get you the most out of your royalties. Plus, give you back that time. If you're spending any time at all trying to figure it out, he can take that time and give it back to you, and you make sure your minerals and royalties are getting you the most. Then if you find yourself in a situation to sell, David's that guy that you can trust to help you walk through the, buying of your estates, probates, trust, bankruptcies, royalties from that. David Allen Guest, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698, or look him up on the intraweb. That's David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager, CMM. Okay. Well, the October state tax report shows stable Oklahoma revenue. State Treasurer Todd Russ, who's one of us, released the October 2025 state tax revenue report showing total collections of $1.45 billion, a 3.4% decrease from September, but a 4.4% increase over October. Over the past 12 months, Oklahoma's collected $17.03 billion. That's about a 0.5% year-over-year increase, signaling continued fiscal stability, supported by strong employment and energy performance. This month's report shows a healthy rebound in sales and use tax collections, signaling steady customer spending even as overall revenues ease slightly from September, said Treasurer Russ. He goes on to say year-over-year growth remains positive. Oklahoma continues to demonstrate a balanced and resilient economy supported by steady employment and energy strength. So some of the key takeaways from this October report, this 2025 tax revenue report. Total monthly revenue, $1.45 billion. That's up 4.4% year over year. Sales and use tax, $582 million. That's up 6.5% from last year. Well, up 4.6% from September, reflecting solid household spending. Income tax, $565.3 million. That's up 5% year over year, but down 13.2% month over month after September's surge. Now, the gross production tax. That's the tax on oil and gas, $85.7 million. That was up 16.9% year over year, down 4.5% month over month due to commodity price shifts, of course. Motor vehicle tax, Oklahoma brought in $72.1 million, down 6.8% year over year, signifying, softer vehicle sales. Other sources, $143 million. That's up 13.5%. 12-month total, $17.03 billion. That's billion with a B. That's up $81.4 million, which is 5% year over year. So Oklahoma's showing some steady, showing steady. And you know what? All of us have been through the booms and busts. We love steady. That's good. But economic indicators reflect broader national trends. Show you how we kind of rank. Nationally, state revenues remain mixed as the U.S. economy continues adjusting to inflation near 3% and elevated interest rates. Despite economic cooling, Oklahoma outperforms many states in employment and fiscal management. The Federal Reserve made a second interest rate cut in October, with a potential third cut expected by year's end to sustain employment while controlling inflation. Remember, under Brandon, inflation got up to 9%. Just kind of give you an idea. Oklahoma's unemployment rate remains low at 3.1% compared to 4.3% nationally. Even amid federal budget uncertainty, the state's labor market remains strong with steady job retention and modest hiring. Oil and gas remains key contributors. Of course, the report notes that the energy production continues to provide an essential foundation for Oklahoma's economic performance. Gross production tax, we talked about it, from oil and gas rose 1.6% over the past 12 months, reflecting stable output and commodity pricing despite global market fluctuations. Energy strength continues to help balance Oklahoma's fiscal base, Treasurer Rush said. The broader trend suggests stability, being both state and local governments can plan around with confidence. And so the state and local outlook remains positive. According to this report, the Business Conditions Index for October climbed 52.2, signaling moderate regional growth. Cities and towns that depend on sales and use tax revenue are expected to view the year's early softening as a seasonal adjustment, given October's rebound in collections. Oklahoma's consistent growth and diversified economy show that we're managing the challenges of a shifting national economy, according to Russ. Steady revenues, responsible budgeting, and strong employment are helping keep Oklahoma on firm financial ground. That's good news. I loved when I saw this report. It didn't surprise me because, I think, like I've said many times, we're somewhat insulated here in the middle America from the business that's going on the shore on the east side and the coast on the west side. And I think it's because we've been using those two words a lot longer than most states, and that's common sense. Hope we continue to do that. Well, Kansas and Michigan, they're shielding their ratepayers from data center costs. And you know me, I'm not afraid to give an opinion every now and again. And, my opinion was, listen, if you come in and you require a lot of electricity, then generate your own electricity and don't just suck from the grid and expect everybody else to pay because you decided to put something that was going to take a lot of energy to run. Well, these states demand, the states act as data center energy demands grow. One of the main criticisms in Oklahoma over the rapid expansion of large data center projects centers on who pays for the additional electricity demand. Concerns have risen that ratepayers should be left footing the bill for, massive infrastructure upgrades. But Kansas regulators acted first, establishing new rules to protect consumers. Now, this could set a precedent, too, and ensure that they're not forced to pay the cost of connecting high-demand projects like data centers to the power grid. Now, Michigan regulators have followed the same path, adopting similar policies to protect existing utility customers from covering expenses related to interconnecting large power loads. So the Kansas approves that settlement agreement for large load users. According to Utility Drive, the Kansas Corporation Commission approved a settlement agreement between Evergy's Kansas Utilities, the Data Center Coalition, and the Sierra Club, the Natural Resources Defense Council, Google, and other stakeholders. The agreement creates a large load power service rate plan for new facilities exceeding 75 megawatts of capacity. So the energy anticipates 6 gigawatts of new demand, all right? In its February application, Evergy told the Kansas Corporation Commission that it had been in discussions with nearly 20 potential data center and manufacturing customers. The combined demand from those projects could total more than 6 gigawatts, a significant addition to Kansas' current power grid. Under the approved plan, customers would receive up to 5 years for ramp-up, followed by at least 12 years of service at the negotiated rate. And those customers are the ones using that extra electricity. The agreement earned support from the Sierra Club and several environmental organizations. Sarah Rubenstein, an attorney with the Great Rivers Environmental Law Center, said the plan strikes an important balance between infrastructure costs and renewable energy goals. The settlement ensures that large energy users share responsibility for the infrastructure they require while also creating new opportunities to move the grid toward clean, renewable energy. I got news for you, sister. Renewable energy is not going to power these data centers. It's just not going to do it. Maybe nuclear, but those are years from being put into place. But yeah, the Sierra Club's got to bring it in. It's like, toward clean, renewable energy. Well, clean energy, natural gas is clean energy now too, sister. By the way, look that up. But I'm glad to see some of these states taking some action, and I hope Oklahoma does the same thing. I think with the behind-the-meter legislation that came through, the people that are in charge were thinking about that, saying, okay, hey, listen, we don't want these other ratepayers, these current ratepayers, to have to brunt the cost of this. So what's the best option? Well, the best option is to tell these data centers, hey, listen, you can produce your own electricity and not suck from the grid. You'll be responsible to pay and put that wherever you're generating your electricity from, whether it be from natural. Of course, in Oklahoma, they were like, listen, it needs to be natural gas, which it should be. But nonetheless, give them that opportunity to say, hey, listen, you build your own energy not transmission, but generation for your facility. I don't think Oklahoma's gone to the point that says, hey, okay, listen, you've got to do that. But Kansas and Michigan are now looking at that and saying, hey, maybe we need to get something in place. I hope Oklahoma really takes a look at that and comes up with a good, viable plan for us. And like I said, I've been visiting with a higher up from the rural electric cooperatives. And when I talked to this guy, he was telling me, listen, a lot of his ratepayers or a lot of his members are afraid of that. Like, hey, man, when is this going to happen to us? And he's like, listen, we're staying away from that. And I did an article, I think it was first of last week, maybe the week before, but it was talking about telling these rural electric cooperatives, stay away from this stuff. You do not want to get up in this business. It looks real lucrative, but it's not. Rural electric cooperatives aren't set up for this kind of load factors. With that being said, my lovely assistant has joined me here in the studio, so we're going to take a final break and be back with the mop-up segment of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show with your stock prices of local interest, weather forecast, energy news, and my briefs and more. Right on the other side of this commercial break. Stay with us, won't you?
The Exploring Energy Show.
Need to dig it? Then it's time to rent it. But call 811 first and then head on over to DJ's Rentals and Sales and let their knowledgeable staff help you get it started. Whether it's a backhoe, a post hole digger, a mini excavator, or a skid steer that you need to help make that job a little easier. You can find them all and more at DJ's Rentals and Sales, 911 South Main Street in Elk City. Text them on the text line at 580-799-7214. Find and follow them on Facebook. And don't forget to call 811 first.
This is Shawn with Galleria Furniture. Right now, we've got an incredible offer on the Hudson collection. This leather sofa has all the features: a drop-down table with storage, power recline, touch puck lighting, and even Apple charging tray with USB charging. And here's the bonus. When you purchase the sofa and the love seat, you'll get the matching leather power recliner for free. That's over $1,000 in savings. Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet. Sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I just learned that people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas have just restored their 20,000th well site. They've been doing this work voluntarily now for decades, spending tens of millions of dollars restoring one well site at a time. Many of these old well sites are 50 to 100 years old, abandoned by their original owners. But now, the land is restored, so the current owners can make it productive for generations to come. See how they do it at oerb.com/micro.
You get a cup of coffee, you walk up to the cashier to pay, and there it is, a world of possibilities right there at your fingertips. The Penny News, our free gift to you.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
All righty then. Now, this show brought to you in part by Camrock. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil is the same specification, lubricates the same as the designer brands, but it's a lot less. Just the cost is less. Not the viscosity, not the chemical makeup of the oil. That's all the same. The difference is when you pay out. Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Makes sense. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City, just south of Fred's Steakhouse. Online, CamrockSupply.com. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, and Ulysses, Kansas. Camrock Supply, CamrockSupply.com. Three local guys with local ties doing business with their community. This hour's weather forecast brought to you by our weather sponsor, Carter Electric. You want to make sure your power stays on regardless of the weather? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. Got to have the right size Generac. Got to have the right installation. Got to have the right service after the fact. Carter Electric can do that for you. Kervin and Mary Orgain, they're the ones who help you see the light of day even at night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They own Carter Electric. They welcome you to give them a try. A lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. 225-2447, 580-225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast, the service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we are sunny with a high near 80.
There we go.
Let me try again.
Yeah.
Sunny with a high near 80, light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 7 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 50, southwest wind 7 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny with a high near 81, southwest wind 8 to 11 miles per hour, becoming north in the afternoon. Sunday, sunny with a high near 72, north-northwest wind 6 to 8 miles per hour, becoming east-southeast in the afternoon. Monday, sunny with a high near 78. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 65. Wednesday, a 30% chance of showers with partly sunny with a high near 64. And Thursday, a 40% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 64 again.
Okay. Not bad.
Hopefully that percentage goes up a little.
Not bad for this time of year, for sure.
Yeah.
Energy news in my briefs. The National Association of Regulatory Utility Commissioners, the NARUC, NARUC, called on the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the FERC, to respect state authority over retail electrical sales and protect ratepayers from higher costs linked to data center interconnections. Regulators warned that federal overreach could raise prices for consumers already facing infrastructure and reliability challenges tied to the rapid growth of large-scale data centers. Senator Kevin Cramer joins Democrats in defense of this program. Republican Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota joined Senate Democrats in urging the Environmental Protection Agency to preserve the greenhouse gas reporting program. Lawmakers said the program is critical for tracking industrial emissions and informing climate policy. Cramer's bipartisan support signals ongoing efforts to maintain transparency in carbon data collection, even as regulatory debates continue. I don't mind them testing for this stuff, but when they skew the test to try to scare everybody into thinking that the world is going to end, that's where I kind of draw the line. Anyway, Energy Secretary Chris Wright's directive for the FERC, Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, to standardize large load interconnections faces significant logistical challenges and a tight regulatory timeline. Energy analysts say that the order introduces a complex compliance process that the agency is unlikely to complete on schedule, given the volume of pending interconnection requests from data center and manufacturing projects. Well, Nebraska's ethanol site begins operations. Archer Daniels Midland, you know that name, began operations at a Nebraska carbon capture and storage project, which officials describe as the largest facility of its kind in the world. The site, located on an ethanol processing plant, captures and stores industrial CO2 emissions, advancing carbon sequestration goals while supporting the region's biofuel industry. And the EU opens antitrust investigation into Google. The European Union launched a new antitrust investigation into Google's spam policy after publishers complained it reduced their ad revenues. Officials said Google's crackdown on search algorithm manipulation, launched in March of last year, may have unfairly penalized legitimate content providers and distorted digital advertising markets. The British project snubs American reactor manufacturers. The United States expressed disappointment with the United Kingdom's decision to select Rolls-Royce instead of a U.S. manufacturer to build the country's first small modular nuclear reactors. Officials said the move represents a setback for American nuclear exports amid growing global competition in the small modular reactor sector. What do you got over there?
A lot of red. Not a good Friday.
One job to do, girl.
American Electric Power is down 80 cents, trading at $120.68. Apache is down 42 cents, trading at $24.27. Baker Hughes is down 5 cents at $47.46. ConocoPhillips is down 53 cents at $88.91. Devon Energy is down 39 cents at $34.64. EOG Resources is down 69 cents at $108.55. Expand Energy is down $4.08 at $113.88. General Electric is down 63 cents, trading at $303.54. Halliburton is up 2.5 cents at $27.05. Helmerich & Payne is down 32 cents at $26.68. Liberty Energy is down 12 cents at $15.15. Occidental Petroleum is up 16 cents at $42.06. OG&E is down 52 cents at $44.45. ONEOK is down 2 cents at $69.40. Phillips 66 is up $1.70 at $141.19. Sandridge Energy is down 2.5 cents at $13.91. Schlumberger is down 15 cents at $36.17. And Williams Companies is up 1 cent at $59.59.
Woo. Paragon TV got some basketball going on tonight. Amber Poe Casket, pardon me. Casket, Amber Poe Casket, as versus Arapahoe Butler tonight at 6:30 p.m. Cheyenne Raiden at Leedy. It's Leedy's homecoming tonight. Those games are 6:30 tip-off. Eric and Hammond also at 6:30 tonight. Don't miss a minute. And you can watch live or on demand at ParagonTV.com. All of our 8-member schools, $9.99 a month. That's less than 33 cents a day, folks. And you'll have full access. All the past games, all the present live games, and you can check out the free channel streaming nonstop replays and highlights on games only on ParagonTV.com. It's classics 24/7. Big Elks again travel down to Ardmore tonight. Good luck to them in their first round of the playoffs. All veterans get in free the first round playoff game. For TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
From Shamrock, Texas to Weatherford, Oklahoma, we are today's best country.
This is my country.
KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. The government is back open and air traffic controllers are going back to work.
Staffing levels at air traffic control facilities quickly back